Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I respectfully pay homage to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Welcome to my presentation. I extend my respectful greetings to the venerable members of Sangha, distinguished professors, scholars, speakers, and all respected guests and participants. I'm honored to share my research on how Vipassana insight meditation intersects with modern neuroscience and Theravada Buddhist psychology to offer fresh perspectives on pain management. This study combines EEG, electroencephalography analysis, and Buddhist models to better understand how meditation alters pain perception. Unlike conventional treatments that focus primarily on physical symptoms, meditation addresses the cognitive and emotional dimensions of pain. It offers a holistic approach, reshaping how individuals experience and respond to pain by understanding thought patterns and cognitive layers. So, despite growing interest in meditation, there is still limited research specifically on how Buddhist psychological Abhidhamma model of cognitive processing related to brain activity. This study examines how insight meditation Vipassana affects EEG patterns, particularly gamma activity and default network, DMN connectivity, to understand its role in helping individuals cognitively distancing themselves from pain. The purpose of this research is to integrate Eastern contemplative tradition with Western neuroscience by analyzing EEG brainwave activity during insight meditation. It aims to explore the cognitive process from the Theravada Abhidhamma perspectives on active meditative thought processes. It is called Viti in Pali. It presents how meditation transforms pain perception, not physically, but cognitively, and a comprehensive framework for understanding the mind-body connection in pain elevation. So pain is more than physical sensation. It is shaped by emotional and cognitive factors such as anxiety, attention, and negative thinking. Yet most medical treatments focus only on physical symptoms. So insight meditation offers a non-invasive mind-body approach. It helps individuals develop awareness, emotional balance, and cognitive balancing, reducing both pain intensity and psychological distress. So by altering brain wave patterns and self-referential thought processes, meditation supports a more integrated model of pain relief, merging traditional Buddhist psychology with scientific understanding. EEG research shows that meditation enhances gamma wave activity linked to focus and neural integration. It is also reduced DMN activity. DMN active is thinking about yourself, chewing over the past, worry about the future. Basically, when you are caught up in self-talk. So when DMN activities goes down, less mental energy is going into those kind of self-centered rumination and emotional distress that really amplify your suffering. So this is EEG brainwaves in meditation. It's the very famous Richard Davidson University of Wisconsin research for these EEG and brainwaves in meditation. So according to Theravada Abhidhamma, the brain is not seen as the origin or seat of consciousness. Instead, the mind is understood as a rapid stream of fleeting mental events called chetas in Pali. These cheta arise, perform their respective functions, and dissolve moment by moment, so quickly that they appear continuous like frames in a film. So each cheta arises with accompanying mental fetters and is always directed toward an object. Cheta is something with the help of which the other concomitants know the object. A cognitive process, it is called viti in Pali, refers to a structured fixed series of something thought moments that occur when cheta arise, cognizing an object at the sense doors or mind door. They do not occur at random or in isolation, but as phases in a series of discrete cognitive events leading one to the other in a regular and uniform order. This order is called Cheta Niyama, according to the Buddhist commentary, the fixed order of consciousness. For example, intense physical pain triggers body sense door thought process, a fixed sequence of chetas that unfold so rapidly it gives the illusion of a single continuous experience. Since there can be billions of thought moments in one snap of the fingers, we can imagine how many thought moments arise during the process of seeing or hearing or touching. So let's take a closer look at how the mind experiences pain, especially through the lens of Theravada Abhidhamma model. Imagine getting a headache. At first, the body simply touches the tangible object. This is bare contact through body consciousness. At this stage, there is no recognition, no judgment or whether it is pain or comfort. The mind takes only one object at a time. After contact, the object disappears and thinking arises. The object then reappears through recollection, shifting to the mind or process. In Pali, we call manodwara viti. Over successive thought moments, the mind begins to label and interpret the experience. Oh, it is very sharp pain, very distressing, something like that. The first two cognitive processes reflect direct awareness. So it is ultimate reality. The next two involve conceptualization, naming, evaluation. Names, reaction, and emotional labels like, oh, very sharp, pain, restless, or unbearable arise during these mental processes, not in the initial context. These reactions turn a simple physical experience into suffering. So all of this happened incredibly very, very fast. Just now I mentioned billions of thought moments can arise in the time it takes to snap your fingers. Most of it goes unnoticed unless we develop sharp mindfulness. This is why meditation is so valuable. By slowing down and observing those processes with mindfulness and clear comprehension, we begin to notice how we add layers of emotional reaction to raw sensation. Through clear awareness, we can interrupt this chain and reduce suffering. The Abhidhamma gives us a detailed map of this mental territory. And through meditation, we start to experience it directly, not just as theory, but as lived insight. So Vipassana inside meditation emphasizes a non-reactive moment-to-moment awareness of bodily sensations and mental events. One of the key psychological benefits developed through Vipassana is cognitive distancing. This means we can step back from our thoughts and emotions, in this case, for painful ones, without getting caught in them. It helps us observe pain without adding emotional suffering. So this is beautifully illustrated in two important Buddhist discourses. In the Nakulapita Sutta, the Buddha tells an aging layman that even though the body is sick, the mind doesn't have to suffer if it doesn't cling. In the Sala Sutta, the Buddha uses the metaphor of two arrows. The first arrow is physical pain and avoidable, but the second arrow is mental suffering caused by our own action. Vipassana trains us not to shoot that second arrow. Of course, we cannot avoid the first arrow of physical pain, but we can avoid the second arrow, suffering caused by mental resistance. When there is a painful sensation and physical suffering, if mindfulness is absent, the latent tendency toward aversion is automatically activated. This results in unpleasant feelings that lead to mental suffering. In response, we hope to reduce the pain and yearn for pleasant sensation, which leads to craving again. So with mindfulness, we see pain arise and pass away without identifying with it. Over time, this reduces the power of deep-rooted tendency, in Pali we call anusaya, that unconsciously drive our emotional habits. This is why insight meditation is so transformative. It helps us respond rather than react. And over time, it softens the emotional patterns that fuel our suffering. So the takeaway here is insight meditation doesn't make pain disappear, but it gives us space between the stimulus and our reaction. And that space is where healing begins. So this slide focuses on the core mechanism behind insight meditation, which is called wise attention. In Pali, we say yoniso manasi kara. In Vipassana meditation, we aim to observe the nature of both material and mental phenomena as they arise within our body and mind. Physically, we notice sensation. Mentally, we observe acts of awareness. The quality of our attention, whether it is wise or unwise, directly influences whether our reaction will be wholesome or unwholesome. So it is not just the object we experience that matters, but how we attend to it. That wise attention is the root condition for developing insight and breaking the cycle of suffering. Abhidhamma explains that three key thought moments within a cognitive process are especially important for practicing insight meditation. These are the three key thought moments: the five-door adverting consciousness, the determining consciousness, and the mind-door adverting consciousness. So those occur within when an object, such as pain, is perceived at the bodily sense door and then reflected upon in the mind. Through repeated observation of these mental moments, the meditator comes to understand the object not as mind pain, but simply as impermanent and satisfactory and not self, the three universal characteristics. So at this stage of observation, the meditator perceives them as they truly are. Sometimes perception may not completely cease easily, of course. The meditator still experiences all phenomena and may continue to recognize conventional concepts. But as they advance into deeper levels of equanimity and insight, these recognition gradually fade. Concepts of individuals, beings, or forms no longer appear. Similarly, perception of things as lovable or hateable fade away. only ultimate realities became apparent. They came to know simply that, oh, touching is just touching, not my headache, without cleaning or aversion. The mind no longer engages in constructing or reacting to perception. This reflects the essence of Bahia Sutta. Seeing is just seeing, hearing is just hearing, smelling is just smelling, tasting is just tasting, touching is just touching. This is the essence of practicing insight meditation. So, it should be noted that this paper does not provide a detailed explanation of specific Abhidhamma technical terms of the cognitive process. This research explores an interdisciplinary approach between Asian Buddhist psychological models and contemporary scientific understanding. Future research may explore the intersection between Abhidhamma thought processes in details and modern neuroscience by examining brain activity related to cognitive events described in the VT process Abhidhamma model, supported by experimental clinical data such as EEG and neuroimaging. So, conclusion, meditation doesn't erase pain. It transforms our relationship to it. This clarity is what breaks the pain cycle. Thank you so much for all your attention.